Welcome back. So after last week of building the kitchen area, I have taken to building the bench seats, but also it allowed me to do the layout properly to wherever it's going to be. So I'll just show you what that looks like now. So I have already started building the bench. It will go around to there. Then in this little space I will have two drawers. Cheating a little bit, I'm using two old ones from the unit, and then bringing you around to where the shower is going to be, which will be there. So it's quite adequate size. Yeah, so it's coming along nicely, but it's still raining. Since the weather's been wet again, bear with a minute, it's a bit muddy here. Oh god, that's a bit deep. I decided to come to Llwyn Onn reservoir just for a little walk. I brought the van as well, which is actually really nice. Now I've actually got somewhere to sit. It's kind of nice. Let me just spin you around and you can see where I am. It's a beautiful little walk in Llwyn Onn along the reservoir. It's a little bit muddy, especially near the dam, but this part is actually not too bad. I don't have to walk on the road, so yeah, makes a nice change just to have a little bit of a break. So the walk around the reservoir is approximately 4 miles long. It's nothing really challenging, it's just nice to get out and about really. The only problem you'll have is the road. It's a bit noisy when the traffic has gone past. It's not exactly a massive busy road, but there is cars coming quite a bit at the moment, typical. When they've gone past, it's just nice to hear the birds chirping. One thing I forgot to mention about Llwyn Onn is there is no signal here. No data, nothing. Which is kind of nice to be off-grid for a little bit with no technology. But just be prepared if you do come here that there is nothing. So the day before yesterday I built this. But to be honest, I'm not happy with it. For one thing, the legs don't line up. It doesn't slide great. So, and the bit that I put in between to support the front slats and the slider bit, I don't feel is adequate enough, and I think it will fail over time, so I'm going to change it again. So that's the adjustment I've made, and it now glides smoothly in place. It's not a big extra bed, but it's just an extra one for, because there's 3 of us, so yeah. I have used those on the bottom of this rail here to help it glide and stop scratching the floor, but I've also used it every other slat, so when it glides it's raised up a little bit, but not too much. Well, the sofa is now done. It pulls out to about quite a large single, I'd say. It's not, you could get 2 people on it, but it'd be a push. So yeah, my sofa bed thingy is now made. I now need to cover this section. Hopefully I can get that done Saturday if the weather is as good as it's predicted. We forecast snow tomorrow. Whether that comes about is another matter though. So today's job is filling in that bit. It's another one I've not been looking forward to doing, because it's got awkward corners, that bit up there. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Not. Okay, so for the last few days, after building my bench sofa thingamajiggy, I have cladded this final wall, and I've decided to paint my windowsill with the same colour as my units. For the drawers, I've cheated. I went and bought one from Screwfix. I did try and make my own. It's not easy. So I gave in and I went and bought a set. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. The next thing I want to do after I finish the drawers, I just need to add a coat of polyurethane varnish to those, just to make them so any water or moisture won't make the paint peel. I want to add a backing to the sofa bit so that when the cushions are on, they don't fall back, especially on the driver's seat, because I have my seat quite way forward, so they are falling down at the moment. So I will be adding a small backing, well, a larger one behind the drivers, but just a small one behind the passenger seats. So come and join me in the next couple of days as I visit a campsite in mid Wales. I'm not going to try and butcher the name because I can't pronounce it, but I will put it on screen below. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Watching the sun go down as the fire burns. I'm actually surprised I managed to actually get it lighted, but that was burning really well. Just out for a little walk. Thought I'd pop to the shop. Can't go in the van because there's a height barrier, so it's only a half an hour walk, so why not? It's a very misty morning though, but the sun is trying to come out, so hopefully have a nice sunny morning, or a nice sunny walk back anyway. So one of the reasons why I've chosen this campsite is because it's only half an hour away from Haffron Forest and the boardwalk that I've wanted to do for over a year. So join me tomorrow as we walk along the boardwalk. From investigation, the route I'm going to follow is the Blue Trail. So come along and see what the walk is like. The trail I'm doing is the Blue Trail, which takes you to the falls. It's supposed to take about 2 hours. We'll see how it goes. The route is very well signposted. You've got these little markers along the way, so quite easy to navigate. You've also got these little picnic tables or benches dotted around, so in summer it'd be lovely to come along and have a little picnic en route. So this is Haffron Falls. It's flowing quite well, but we had rain quite heavy last night, so I'm not surprised. But the sound is just mesmerising. So the blue trail leads you back down to here. So when you come up, you go that way. When you come down after seeing the falls, you come back down this way. So technically you could go that way if you really wanted to, and then come back down that way. Yeah, it leads you to the same place, back down to the boardwalk. So when you come to this section, you can carry on back down towards the boardwalk, or you can then do the Wye Valley walk part and follow the red trail, which is what I'm going to do. So instead of following the blue, we're now following the red. Why not mix it up a little bit? Come a long way to see this, so might as well make the most of it. So although the map says this is just a half-hour walk, not up this way, it's not. This will take you right down to the source of the Severn, like the White Trail. So I've turned around and I'm coming back. It has added an extra few bits to my walk, and it is very pleasant here. So yeah, whatever. Well, that's my walk down. A couple of hours, so worth it. Would definitely highly recommend getting here early though. When I got here there was one car, now it's full. So I'm now back from my little 2-day trip to the campsite. A couple of things I have noted that didn't work. Quite a few that did, so I'm really pleased with that. One of the things that I've noticed is, if you look behind me, there's a section up here that I forgot to insulate, and it was a bit wet in the mornings. Another thing I don't like about the van is my curtain. I need to cut it in half so I can actually hook it behind the end bit there. I need storage boxes desperately, but it also made me realise that my electric hookup I have one of those camping ones that you can just hook through your window. Works great, but in the summer I've got grill things for my cab windows, so I'm not going to be able to do that. So I've ordered a under van hookup socket thing, so I only have to drill a hole through or find a vent of some sort I can put the wire through, rather than having to drill a massive hole in the side of the van, which doesn't fill me with joy. I've also made a decision about my solar panels. I was just going to drill them straight through the roof, but that's adding extra holes that I don't really need to do. Because it's a Citroen Relay, I have those little noggle things at the side where I can put a Unistrut roof rack on, so that's the plan. Then I only have to drill one entry hole in for the wires to go through, so I'm going to do that instead, because I just think it'd be easier and less chance of my roof leaking, which I don't want. So, and then that means I can crack on with putting the ceiling up, or the roof up, which I'm going to be using tongue and groove. I haven't got to wait then for when I put my solar panels up. I just need to leave a little gap at the side and then, yeah, get it up. So yeah, so overall it was a good little trip. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Definitely going to be doing it again, just don't know when. Yeah, so well, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's been a bit of a here and there, a bit of building, a bit of a walk-in and all that, but that's what my channel is going to be about going forward. It is my walk-in and taking trips out in my van. So yeah, it's about time I started including the walks that I love to do. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, add some comments. Yeah, happy to read all your comments. And join me in the next one, where I will be doing little updates to the van that I've noticed while I've been away, and just carry on with the build and getting the ceiling up so my lights aren't dangling down above my head like that. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.